All right, Dan, so target-wise is gonna be that stripe pole.
Okay.
So in between the 250 and the 200 sign?
Correct.
All right. So we're just gonna get some baseline numbers from yours. If you hit one and you say, yeah, that's a typical one, let me know that.
Okay.
If you hit one, you're like, oh, X.
Right.
So let me know that as well. What I wanna try to do is I wanna try to get an average.
Okay.
Because when you're on the golf course, you're gonna hit a bunch of average shots. You're gonna hit some good ones, you're gonna hit some bad ones, but most of the part, you're gonna hit some average ones. So all I'm gonna try to do is try to make the average better if I can.
Okay. It may be a few, because usually in my first few shots, they'll go left and then they kind of straighten out a little bit.
That's fine. Yeah, I see what you mean. I mean, that one's, no, I'm just kidding. That's a good one.
I'll take that one.
So this will be a little bit different. Like since it's just going to be Taylormade,
Right.
it's a little different than I might normally do it, but it's okay. We'll work through it.
That's normally how I start out.
Okay. How many of those do you get on the golf course, typically?
Probably the first 3 drives are like that.
Okay.
Of course, you're throwing in a bunch of irons when you in between, so I kind of loosen up and then it straightens out my swing. It's probably from being tight. The other issue I have to worry about is a consistent tee height, but okay.
Like I said, because it's adjustable, you might have to check it each time.
Right. That's about the left to right dispersion there is about what I get throughout the day.
Okay.
It's just some of them that'll turn over once in a while.
Okay. Just bottle that one. That's pretty good.
Good with that one.
That's pretty good. So in looking at your shots, I mean, that one's really good. We'd like to have more of those. Your miss tends to be a little low in the face. Does that sound about right? So that's why they're here.
Okay.
So your miss, your launch is a little low and your spin's a little on the higher side, mainly because you hit it low in the face. So if I showed you,
okay.
this is the best hit. That one still didn't get above the equator, but still pretty good. But predominantly they're below the equator. So hence the reason why that one went so much further.
Is that something that I need to address with the tee height and bring it up then, or?
Could be.
Okay.
I mean, it could be a lot of different things. Could it be tee height? Yes. Could it be tight calf muscles? Yes. Could it be, you know, just trying to hit up on it and just something else in the golf swing? Sure. So I've had people that hit it there and I could tee it as high up as you possibly want and they still hit it low in the face because that's just their motion.
Okay.
So maybe it's trying to change slightly, maybe having the tee height maybe a touch higher, but literally almost trying, maybe not to hit down on it, but trying to keep it as level as possible through the impact area.
Okay. So just swing through it instead of
Yes.
at a certain angle at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it could be, could be a couple different things. But if that's the normal miss, I mean, it could be, you know, the shaft could be part of the equation. It could be the head as part of the equation too. So, I mean, there's a lot of different variables in there that I'm not going to say pinpoint go, well, yeah, it has to be this one. No, we'll find out. Let's try a couple different things. Okay. Sure. Other than that though, I mean, the numbers, considering where the hits are, the misses are really good from a numbers perspective. Okay. So what I mean by that is if I go to, if I go to an optimization screen, the ball speed's low, the launch angle's low, and the spin rate's high, mainly because of hitting it where we hit it. And here's the one you hit really good, and just look at the numbers.
That's pretty close.
So you have the capability of hitting it there. It's just it's how good is my misses. And that's kind of what fitting is about. Fitting is about maximizing your good hits, but also trying to minimize your bad hits as much as possible too. At the end of the day, I can't swing the golf club for you. But if I can give you a better chance, well, what I said earlier about the averages, I'm trying to make the average better. So let me borrow that. I'm going to just take some measurements on it, and I will be right back.
Sure thing.
I made some modifications to this because of the grip. So just to go over, you have a Jumbo Max grip on yours. So because of fitting tools, I don't have anything that has Jumbo Maxes on them. So I made this one because of the new head. I can change the weights in the head. So I made the head itself lighter to help hopefully make it feel a little bit more like yours. It's still going to be a little heavier, but
sounds good.
Let's see what happens.
Okay. Sounds completely different.
Yes. Yeah, because of the construction of this, have you had the opportunity to hit Stealth or Stealth 2 or QI10?
The Stealth, and then I hit the QI10 earlier this year at a golf outing.
Okay.
And very muted compared to the ping that I use. And it felt a lot softer too, but the ball was just rocketing off. And I like that. I like the more muted sound. It's easy on the ears.
I would say another part of this too is because of it's in a bay, it's going to sound, it's cold outside and in a bay, it's going to sound a little bit different than it might normally, but if it sounds good in here, then you're all set.
Yep, felt even more centered, but I think I left that open.
That's right. Said there's going to be, this isn't a typical one, so this is coming from your grip to this.
It may take me a few to get used to it, but I'll get there real quick.
Got to the second longest of the day. Okay, so let's try.
Those weren't good at all. It's all right.
So I mean, the big thing is just going to be the grip.
I'm just trying to hit steps. 140, 150, 160. Just. Let's see how bad that is.
The impact location is fine. It's, again, I think some of it's just the grip, because look where you're hitting it now.
Okay, that's a big improvement.
But I think because of you got accustomed to yours, you're now flipping it with this one because you can't feel it.
Right. I like the look of it, the mat. And just have to get used to how it's aligned, because I figured out how to align the ping with the turbulators. But I do like that. I like that matte finish. I do like the sound, even on the miss hits. It sounds all right.
You've made a comment about this one.
I can feel the weight difference on it.
Okay. Feel heavier?
It does.
Okay. We'll try this one. This one's different shaft, different. Give me one quick second here.
Sure. It looks smaller too. The head looks a little.
It is
narrower.
So you were in a core model before. This is an LS model. I just want to see what happens.
There we go. That's better.
I did. Third longest of the day. So you mishit that one and got it farther than some of the ones you hit. We're gonna try one more with this one.
Yeah.
How does this feel compared to the first one?
It actually feels better. I can feel where the club is a little bit better.
Okay.
I feel like I'm making better contact with this one.
Okay.
Although it does feel like I got to put just a little into it because of the weight, but I actually prefer that.
We're gonna go back to this one. So
Okay.
first time you hit this one, I had taken out a lot of the weight. I'm putting the weight back. Let's see what happens.
Still feels a little lighter than the LS was.
Okay.
A little bit.
Yep, should be a little bit. There we go. That's better. Okay. Playable miss. Ooh, close.
Mm-hmm.
Closer. I think we're
Definitely have to tee it up a little more, that's for sure.
How's this feel now?
It feels better. I'm making better contact with it.
So like I said, so the first time when I had you hit it, I took out the weight. I was trying to make it feel light because, I mean, yours was C3, so it was it was really, really light because of the 100-gram grip on the end of it. So I was trying to make it feel like that. Although I liked the combo of how this was, I put the weight back in there because you were just flipping it way too much because of how light the head was. But I mean, other than your best hit with yours, these are certainly better than your, I guess, these, you haven't hit one of these 100% perfect yet.
Right.
And you're still better than you were with yours. Your ball speed is up 1.5 miles.
Okay.
Club head speed is down 1 mile an hour and your ball speed is up 1.5 miles faster. So your efficiency is better.
That's surprising. All right.
Again, smaller grip too. So it's not
Yeah.
even like in our comfort zone, but it's pretty good.
Off the toe. And even the miss hits, when I do that, they're not going as far left.
Correct. So head-wise, looking at this one versus the LS, do you have a preference?
I actually like the look of the LS because it's a little smaller.
Okay.
It's a little better. Got to slow down and speed up.
Right. So if you look up there, if you can look at the red ones versus the white ones. The white ones are yours.
Okay.
The red ones are what you just hit. So it's getting better. It's not as good as that one, but we haven't hit that shot yet. And that was also almost 106 miles an hour. So that was well faster than most of these that you were swinging. You're swinging these around 102.
But they're not far off. So we're getting
No,
there.
I mean, it's certainly, again, here's the rest of yours.
Right.
If I took that out and said that was the outlier,
Which it was.
well, if I did that, then all of a sudden we're 234, 260, 246, and 270. So we got a possibility there.
Right.
Better carry, better rollout.
Yes. Lower spin by far.
Yeah.
Yeah, by what? 600?
600 RPMs.
Yeah.
And you're launched at 7 degrees higher. Or, I'm sorry, 4 degrees higher. 4 degrees higher, your peak height is 96 feet, so you're almost 25 feet higher. Because you're in a better spot on the face.
Right.
There's yours. There's that one.
That makes that. I didn't think it would make that big of a difference, but it really does.
So it's pretty good. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go. We have that one. It works more or less. It works better than what we had. I want to try this just because I want to try this.
Okay.
So length of your driver is 45.5.
Okay.
Standard length of the Qi35 is 45.75. This one was the longest one you've hit today. This is shorter than.
Job done.
Yeah, this is shorter than standard. It's shorter by an inch.
That's a big adjustment in relation to shafts, though, correct?
Yes. Yeah. But since we've already hit quite a few, I don't want to. Already found one that works. So
right.
I'm trying this one just on the basis of, I know my club head speed goes down sometimes with going shorter, but if my efficiency gets better, if my hits are better, then I'm okay with it.
That kind of makes up the difference for the ball speed going lower, because you're more centered then, right?
Correct. I mean, the biggest difference between yours and the Qi was your efficiency went up at essentially the same length. So now let's see if we can get it even a little bit better.
Like I said, I'd rather see the right side than the left.
Okay. Well, I've got that under control.
No. That one felt pretty good. Just
it's closer.
that felt pretty good.
Wow.
Yeah, I can see it.
Just do that again.
That was a little more toe. I could.
Yeah, not quite as good, but still good. Still take it. And quite honestly, Dan, so I'm okay with the miss being a little bit right now.
Yes.
Because when we go to that bigger grip, the golf club itself is going to feel lighter. So
I can work with that flight. I can work with that. Definitely.
So we got, so far, I took out one. Right now we're launching at 15, spinning at 24, carrying at 261. Yours was carrying at 234.
Right.
And oh, by the way, our club head speed is now faster, and we're an inch short.
Inch shorter, faster. It, like I said, it feels more balanced where I don't feel like I have to put the club head in a certain area, like try to get it to the ball.
That was good.
That felt a little low on the face. Like maybe down there.
Sorry, it's findable. Good miss.
Yeah, that felt a little inside on the face. There, but the contact it didn't feel like a bad miss. And sometimes when I hit that ping on the heel, it feels like it jumps in my hands. This one didn't. That was a good one. even if it did go a little right. But that's the miss I want to see, is maybe a slight fade.
Okay. Yeah, so we're 20 yards in the air farther.
Wow.
And even if I put in the outlier we had, I mean, that one was 264. That was the best swing of all day. That was 157 ball speed.
Right.
You're averaging 152 ball speed. That includes that one, which was a miss.
Mm-hmm.
So these 5 shots, they're at 152 ball speed, 260 carry, 282 total.
Okay.
15 launch, 2300 spin.
And those are right prime areas. I don't know if that optimizer thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So now look at where our impact location is. Versus,
I didn't think cutting an inch off the driver would do that. Plus the weight and then this shaft, whatever this one. What is this?
So
one?
this is a Kylie White 70 stiff.
Okay.
Minus an inch. So it's going to play a little stiffer than a typical stiff, just because it's cut down.
Mm-hmm.
It's stiff in its tip section, which is going to help you.
Yeah, this setup feels really good.
Good.
Really good.
Yeah, I would say the core one's going to be more forgiving.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'm fine with you trying this one, just because you want to you would rather miss right than left.
Yes.
So this is going to be better suited to that.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be pretty fast. So as long as you're comfortable with that.
Right, and then once we get the setup in, we'll bring it back, get the larger grip on it. I'll hit a few just to, because I'm so used to that bigger grip, and it's taken me a little bit to adjust to the thinner one. But I do like how this feels.
Okay.
Definitely like how this sounds. We were talking about that a little bit earlier. I can't believe how muted it is, even on the misses.
Sure.
Hitting it low, high, anywhere on the face. Yeah, this is nice.
Sweet. Good deal.
Yeah.
You want to hit a few 3-woods?
Sure.
So what I did, like I said, made it shorter.
Right.
I put in some weight in the toe section to I went extreme the first time, then I dropped it down just a little bit. So what we'll probably end up doing is we'll still probably want to mess with it a little bit once we get it in, trying to get it matched as close as we can to this, knowing that we're going to increase the grip weight here by double.
Okay.
So
what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll order the grip. By the time that comes in from when they do the order process, I should have the grip, and we should be able to throw that on real quick, and then that way, when we come back and we run through everything just to check it.
Sure.
It's apples to apples.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let me see your 3-wood, please.
Okay.
Do you like that one?
I do.
Yeah, so I did.
Only because I've had it for a long time and I'm used to it.
Yeah, if you want to go off the soft turf there, that's fine. This is a pretty cool mat. I like the fact you have a couple different choices here.
Mm-hmm. I'm usually hitting this out of the fairway or off the rough anyway, so.
That's a good one. How was that compared to normal?
Probably a little farther than normal.
Okay. I
Um,
was gonna say that one was crushed pretty well.
yeah, I usually carry this around out on the regular course, I'll probably carry this around 220.
Okay.
And then,
That one was really good.
then my 3-wood or my 5-wood's about the same, but I get it goes a lot higher.
Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being really good, 1 being obviously not so good, how would you confidence level with this 3-wood? 5 being really good, 1 being
4.
Okay. All right.
Because I don't hit it off the tee much.
Okay.
If I need to hit,
One more.
if I need to hit anything off the tee, it'll be an iron driver, or I'll use my 5-wood.
Okay.
Because the 5-wood, I have less dispersion with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm okay with being short of my target.
That's good. Okay, we'll shut it.
Sure. I haven't done anything with this since the fitting. I haven't changed it, messed with it.
Okay.
With the driver I did, I went flat.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's just flat standard. Because
Okay.
I was missing a lot left.
Sure.
And when I went flat, it seemed like it pushed everything a little right.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't adjusted this at all.
Okay.
Even though it is adjustable.
Yeah, a little bit. It's got effective loft capabilities,
Mm-hmm.
and you can change the flatness and stuff like that. If I'm looking at numbers overall, let's say your numbers 3-wood here would be really good.
Mm-hmm.
So 3,300, still hit it fairly high off the ground. Biggest departure from this to Qi35 is probably going to be the face height.
Okay.
This one's a lot thinner. Mm-hmm. It's pretty easy to hit off the ground. QI is going to not be as thin. It's going to be a little bit deeper. So I'll probably stay away from the Tour LS model because it's going to be the deepest.
Right.
I'm going to probably go core.
Okay.
Because Max is going to help go left, which probably don't need. So probably just sticking in that core range.
Okay. That sounds good.
So like I was commenting on earlier, and you can probably now see it, how the face height's a little bit deeper than what you're...
Just a little bit. It seems like it sits more square than
yours?
Than mine.
Okay.
But I could see more of the face.
Okay. Well, I did give you a little bit more loft, and I opened it up a little bit.
There it is.
That's better. Mm-hmm.
That's 2.
It's crazy. Does this look any different?
Just seems like there's more loft to it.
Okay.
Other than that, it seems more squared up.
Okay.
But I don't really notice much different.
So I did take it from how I had it before to now just dead neutral. It's funny how your mind can play tricks on you.
Yeah, I can't. Anytime with both days, left.
Well, these, I was trying to make them look right.
Yeah.
And I mean,
And he would try to hit it left.
all 3, I mean, would you take those 3?
Maybe.
What day of the week?
It's a day that ends in Y.
Yeah. It has a
Again-
vowel. It has a vowel in it.
Again, coming from yours, I mean, yours is really good. So the fact that it's not a lot better, but it is better. I mean, we're 6 yards in the air farther. We're hitting it 15 feet higher, 16 feet higher.
And I'll take that. I'll take the height. Because then that just means it gives me more opportunities. Like say clearing something or like a shorter set of trees or something I got to go over that. Because I find a lot of trees. All right, let's see what this does. Yeah, I think that's it.
Good?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so it's a high launch 3-wood.
Okay.
Reason I did high launch was hoping that you could maybe get a little higher. I know you have a 5-wood. I was just kind of curious. I thought if I went to just a typical 3-wood in the Qi35, that spin would go too low.
Okay.
I was a little worried with that. With the ping, the center of gravity is so low on it. It's so easy to hit up in the air that I thought if I go to something deeper faced, we're gonna have an issue.
Right.
So I figured let's kick it up a little bit loft-wise.
Right.
And, I mean, shoot, you miss it that one, and that one was still fine, but the other
Yeah.
ones were really, really, really good.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. This one, it just, I was hitting better, a little bit lower right in here.
Well, I think some of that
That's
had
why I
to do
keep
with
wiping the face. I can,
me putting it back to standard loft. I mean,
Yeah.
that one's a left-handed shaft, so it's actually backwards. But I put it back to standard loft so that it looked dead square as opposed to open. I think when it was open, your mind was probably playing tricks on you or trying to do something differently with it.
okay.
I was mainly just doing it so that I wanted to go with higher loft and take some loft off of it to see what would happen. But no, I think this is good.
This one feels real good. It's surprising how just little of a nuance change that you could make such a drastic result downrange.
Correct.
It's mind-boggling. And then that's why I said I was sold on the first fitting that I had. I was sold. I won't buy a club again without getting fit.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it can make a huge difference. For some people, it might not make any difference. Like I can make all the adjustments in the world and it might change it very minuscule.
Right.
And in others, I can change it just a little, just like I did there. Change it just a little bit and all of a sudden, holy cow.
Right.
You start hitting it better just because of how it looks, how it feels,
Yeah.
the confidence level. You tend to sweep it a lot with your fairway woods. So that's the other reason why, again, if I went lower loft, I just don't think we'll have the same success.
Okay.
That there's a reason why they put you in that ping. I know you have a ping driver, but the ping fairways, there's a reason why they put you in the ping fairways because they're really easy to hit off the ground.
Right.
Not every other brand is that easy to hit off the ground. Let's put it that way. So I kind of had to go up in loft. That was the only way we're gonna
Okay.
survive.
And what was the final loft on that one?
16.5.
16.5? Okay.
16.5, but it was going farther than your 3-wood.
Right. When I didn't try to hit it, I just swung it smoothly. It was, dispersion was crazy.
Right. Yeah, I mean, your 4 best hits with this one, 255. Your 4 best hits with yours are 252.
Right.
So it has 1 full degree more loft and you hit it farther. You hit it higher end, but still hit it farther. Because your spin rate still came down, even though it was a 16.5.
Really?
Yeah. So that's, again, more reason why I didn't want to go to a 15, because I figured we would struggle.
Just too low. And,
Right.
And I do like that club. It's,
Yeah,
that's
and numbers are perfect. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's the second oldest set in the club in my bag. The first one were the irons, and then I got the 3-wood.
yeah.
And then I got the driver, but I really do like that.
Cool.
It's a good club.
So, yeah.
We'll make
Any
that.
other questions?
No, sir. It's I appreciate the time, and
Sure.
this is really informative. So just a little change here, a little change there. Weight here, weight there. And
Yeah, the big thing is I wasn't accounting for having a jumbo max grip. That threw a little monkey wrench in the plans, but that's all right.
well, I really appreciate you taking the time and
absolutely.
everything. And
I'm glad you got to meet Ian a little bit. I'm sorry
yeah,
I had to
absolutely.